I know, I look hella crazy. Hella crazy right now. But I am trying to stay creative and I'm trying to write as much as I can today because for some reason I feel like I'm going to finish my short story collection a lot faster than my other whips. That seems very inevitable because I can write like 3,000 to 5,000 words pretty quickly, whether it's fiction or non-fiction. So if I can pump out one whole short story today and then start the other, I will be quite happy. I don't know how it's going to work, but I guess I'll just have to try. I also look hella crazy, but I'm home. Obviously, during this difficult time, we have to stay home. We're still on lockdown in Toronto, which again is great as far as writing and productivity is concerned. But I want to see how much of this short story I can get completed today and how much of the collection I can get completed for the rest of this week and next week. I'm also dealing with a horrible migraine, which I've had for over a week now. I didn't clock that it was a migraine until like 2 days ago. I was like, oh, that's what it is. This is why my eye has been twitching like there is no tomorrow. It's just because I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping, which has been really weird considering that if we're on a lockdown, you'd think that we'd have more time to sleep, but I haven't been, and it's really bizarre. It's good for like our marriage because we're newlyweds. Literally the time now is love and newlywed marriage and the time of corona. But his sleep schedule and what's natural to him is completely different to what's natural for me. Like he's someone, if it means staying up all night long, he can stay up all night long, but he will not wake up in the morning. Whereas I'm a morning person. I'm very much a skylark. As soon as I see the tiniest amount of light, my brain is like, get up. It's time to get on with whatever you need to do. So if we're watching movies really late at night, we're not usually sort of like nodding off until about maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, which is totally fine for him. It's death for me. And then I'm waking up at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, like literally a few hours later. So that was just a long nap. And I've just been doing that consistently since the lockdown had come into place. So I'm tired. And so trying to be creative has been beneficial and kind of fun during that time, but for the last almost 2 weeks it's been kind of difficult because now it's gotten to the point where I'm developing like this consistent migraine that just sort of sits on the side of my head here, and then I'm having a general headache up at the front, which is just a regular tension headache, and then I'm looking at screens to sit and do all of my writing. So I'm forcing myself to do a little bit more writing by hand and trying to catch up with notes and note taking and brain dumping and stuff by hand. But for all like the hardcore general writing, I'm doing it all on either my laptop or my phone because it's really quick. I've got it all connected to my OneDrive. So it's weird. It's a weird time. I just want this headache to go. That's more than anything. But that's my goal today. I don't know if I'm gonna like get it or not. I have no idea, but that's just my goal for today. So we'll see. And then at the same time, my husband's also working tirelessly on a very difficult chapter right now in his book. So I'm hoping if all goes well, he'll get everything that he wants to say out and on the page and in a coherent manner that I can then edit sooner rather than later for him. And hopefully he'll feel a lot better because he's brimming with creativity. Like he's really in the zone right now and it's actually really refreshing to see. So we're both hard at work while my dog is hard at being very relaxed. She's working very hard at all of her naps, which is really cute. So yeah. We'll see how this goes. like, yeah, can you give me some belly rubs? So now she's like, got my arm. She's like, no, don't leave. Just keep rubbing me. Give me lots of pets. She's so adorable. What would you like? Would you like a sneeze? Would you like a treat? I mean, your tail's already wagging, so you want a treat, huh? That's why you're looking over that way. Okay, let's go get a treat. This is just the sort of temporary office area. We do have we've moved the desk to the other side of the apartment. We're having this whole area redecorated. So we're gonna have sofa and a toffee table and stuff. And I've got all my plants and stuff almost ready. So I'll have everything kind of ready. But yeah, it's a nice little way of making our apartment more of a home. But yeah, I'm working on my novels and just trying to consolidate everything all into one file. So all I've done so far is just add headings here. And this is for the first book in the One Word Witches series of Fire and Flame. But I think I'm gonna change it to Of Fire and Fury. I'm not sure. It's a working title, but it's not the final title yet. But my husband came up with a better title yesterday. So I think I might use that because it makes more sense. But yeah, so far all I've done is consolidate the first 10 chapters. I've got another 5 that I need to add headings for to add it to this particular list. Then I've got another 5 that are kind of floating around at the bottom that I need to push down. So I'm trying to consolidate everything and it's becoming a bit of a headache. But my laptop is now having to charge because it's terrible. So whilst I'm waiting for it to charge, I am just working on some more written stuff, handwritten stuff from my writing journal, which I can show you now. So normally I carry my writing stuff in this traveler's notebook case. So in here I've got a calendar at the front with one of these kind of file inserts. There's a picture of me and my husband there. And other stuff. And then in the back here, inside, in between the back and front covering sort of plastic insert thing that you can have, I have more of my creative stuff. So this is just a reference to Infinite Jest. This is just my poetry journal. So anything to do with poetry, words, collections, story type stuff, I put it in here. And then normally what sits in front is this book, which is just my general writing journal, kind of on the go. It's not my main one. I do have a main one. But it's not my main one. It's just the one that I can sort of take with me on the go. It's nice and quick and it's easy. And then it will just quite easily slip into here. So I have my poetry and my writing journal in this section. So today I just figured, because it's an on the go sort of journal, I thought I would just give myself another plot reminder. But this time I actually drew out a diagram that I found all over Google. So I just thought, let me just stick it in here. Because then it will just kind of keep me focused as far as the short story writing is concerned. So yeah, it's just kind of random stuff. And then notes on the short story collection, which I randomly started writing, I think toward the end of February, and I kind of just never went back to it. And then today I just got this massive need to start adding some more stuff and actually sit and plot and plan out each story. I decided that I was going to go for roughly 3,000 to 5,000 words per story. But then I don't know how long each story is going to go. So trying to consolidate that many words into 10 individual stories for a collection might be a little bit insane. So I might cut it down to about 8 stories. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm trying to also consolidate all of my files together. So those are all of my novels and one short story collection that I'm currently working on, and then my poetry collection, which I had launched I think September, which you can now buy it if you want to. But those are all of my novels. I don't seem to have the ability to just work on one whip. 3 of the whips I'm working on at the same time because I like the idea of continuity, but I also have this really grandiose idea that I want them all to be standalone novels that happen to be book 1, book 2, and book 3. I don't know how it's going to work because obviously I'm going to wait until I've actually written all 3 of them and then decide. But those 3 books are killing me right now because as much as I absolutely love them, I do find that I'm flitting from one story to the other because certain things are happening in book 1 that I need to be relevant in book 2. Certain things are happening in book 2 that I need to be relevant in book 3, but also with a couple of other standalone novels that happen to be included within the same universe. So they're all driving me insane at the moment. So I'm taking a break from those today, which is why I'm working on my short story collection. But it's good to actually be able to sit here and just kind of consolidate everything, all the files that I have for each of those stories, like into their own folders. And I'm making it look a little bit neater, so it looks a bit more productive. I guess this is a form of procrastination. I don't know. I don't really care. It's productivity. But yeah, this is just, it's kind of crazy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books on the go. Like I said, one of them is a poetry collection that's already out. So I've only got, it's now reduced to 11. And then one book I'm not entirely sure about. It's like a writing tips video, like writing tips kind of collection. But I'm not sure. So remove that one. So I've basically got 10 stories. I've got 10 works in progress, and at least 5 of them are all interconnected because of the world that they all happen to inhabit. So yeah. These are also my plants. So writing and plant work is all I'm sort of like caring about right now during this difficult time, but these are the kind of things that are keeping me sane besides my husband. So I just gave this little guy a trim yesterday. He had like a bunch of like dead leaves like this, kind of just hanging off the bottom. This one seems salvageable, I don't know, so I'm leaving it on there, and so does that one. But this one is called Spidey, as you can see, because it's a spider plant. Yay. And then over here I have another plant called Sansa. I've named her Sansa. She's a sansevieria, I can never say it, sansevieria trifasciata, or known as a snake plant. And this one's still quite a baby, or maybe a teenager. You can't really see, gosh, I don't really know. But yeah, that's her. She's thick, she's beautiful, she's working it. So I'm leaving them in their grow pots for a little while because they're on what I call like a quarantine at the moment. But I did check them for bugs and everything. They are good to go. So yeah, that's just what else I'm doing. And then I've got my air plant here. I did buy 5 from a store called Plant Collective, which is located here in Toronto. I bought 5 of them. I killed 4. So this is the only one that has survived, and now I'm being a lot more relaxed as far as like misting and watering and soaking are concerned. I don't have to do it every week, which I now realize, because if you do over soak them and do over water them, it's the rot that will develop that will ultimately kill them. But like I said, there's no like bugs or anything on these 2 new ones. So the quarantine, even though they are kind of separate, they're still kind of close to the air plant. But the air plant, this one seems to be absolutely indestructible. And he doesn't have a name. He did, but he doesn't. And he seems kind of male to me. He comes off as a boy. So I don't know. If you guys have any names for us, like for an air plant, then put them down below. And then I guess we'll see what happens. That's the sound of concentration. Okay, so I'm about 2000, wait, hold on, let me check. 2,320 words in, so that's not 3,000 like I hoped, or 5,000 like I hoped, but I will see. If I don't finish it at some point tonight, then I will definitely get on with it tomorrow, so we shall see in the end how many words I've managed to put into this one document. But I'm tired, so I'm gonna go lay down for a while. I've taken some painkillers and yeah, we'll just see how it goes for now. But thank you all for watching so far. I will give you guys an update as to how far I got with that particular short story. This is actually kind of fun, actually. But I will give you guys an update at some point soon. But for now, just have a nice evening or day or night, wherever you are on this lovely planet. And yeah, I will share with you again soon.